All right, let's talk about a TV show that was like a supernova. It burned unbelievably bright, and then, just like that, it was gone. We're diving into the story of General Hospital Night Shift, a spinoff that did something absolutely unthinkable for its network. So, that's the big question we're tackling, right? In a TV landscape that was already crowded, how did this show, on a relatively small cable channel, manage to cut through all the noise and completely rewrite the history books? Well, let's get into it. To really get what made this show so special, you have to understand where it came from. See, this wasn't just another series hitting the airwaves. Nope. This was a huge, high-stakes gamble for a channel that was really trying to prove itself. Okay, so what was this show? Well, it spun off from the daytime titan, General Hospital. But here's the kicker, and this is super important. This was SoapNet's first ever original scripted show. They weren't just borrowing a famous name. They were building something from the ground up, a huge risk. And their strategy? Honestly, it was pretty brilliant. Instead of the massive, sprawling storylines that can go on for years in daytime soaps, Night Chef decided to do these tight, self-contained stories that wrapped up each week. You gotta remember, the year was 2007. Binge watching wasn't really a thing yet, and this format was just perfect for pulling in a younger crowd that maybe didn't want to commit to a show that had been on the air for decades. So that big gamble we talked about? Oh, it paid off. And I mean, it paid off bigger than anyone could have possibly dreamed. The show didn't just do well, it absolutely shattered every expectation and rewrote the record books for the entire network. Seriously, from the very first night it aired, everybody knew SoapNet had a monster hit on its hands. The audience reaction wasn't just positive, it was explosive. Okay, so let's put some numbers on this, because this is where it gets really wild. The show averaged 1 million total viewers during its first season. Now, for a niche cable channel like SoapNet, a number like that isn't just a win, it's a grand slam, a total game changer. To give you some perspective, that premiere episode instantly became the single most watched program in the entire history of the channel. This wasn't just a win for its time slot, this was a historic moment for the whole network. And just look at this graph. This really tells the story. We're not talking about a little bump in viewership here. The Night Shift premiere doubled the average number of viewers for that time slot compared to the year before. I mean, it doubled it. That is an absolutely massive turnout. And here it is. This is the key takeaway. It wasn't just the existing soap fans tuning in. The show pulled off its main mission. It brought in over 1 million brand new viewers to SoapNet, people who had never watched the channel before. That right there is a true ratings phenomenon. So, after that kind of mind-blowing success, a second season was a total no-brainer. But with that renewal came some pretty big changes happening behind the camera. So here's the quick breakdown. Season 1, back in 2007, had 13 episodes. For the second season in 2008, they bumped it up just a little bit with an order for 14 episodes. For Season 2, they also kind of shook things up. A new executive producer and a new head writer took over. And, a big deal at the time, they got a major production upgrade and started filming in high definition. Plus, in a smart move to get even more eyes on it, the show also started airing on DirecTV. But you know, just as fast as it burst onto the scene, its time was up. The legacy of this show is really one of a brief but incredibly powerful impact. It was true lightning in a bottle. When you see it laid out on a timeline like this, it's pretty staggering. The show's entire life, from that record-breaking premiere to its very last episode, all happened in about 16 months. It was just a complete whirlwind from start to finish. So, when you look at the final stats, it's pretty stunning. 2 seasons, just 27 episodes in total, and a run that lasted from July 2007 to October 2008. That was it. That was the entire story of General Hospital Night Shift. But wow, in that short window, it left a huge mark. It proved, without a doubt, that a spinoff could be more than just a companion piece. It could be a vehicle for network-defining, record-breaking success. It was a perfect case study in how to take a brand people know and use it to build something totally new and unbelievably successful. And that kind of leaves us with a fascinating question, doesn't it? The show was here and gone in a flash, but its impact was absolutely undeniable. It really makes you wonder, in the grand scheme of TV history, is it better to be a brief, spectacular flash of lightning or a long, steady burn? Something to think about.